Hi you guys, this is Allison. I'm hanging out in my space to craft. I have finished the 2010 cruise, and I have not gone in and printed photos yet from February of that month. So that finishes out, or that year. So that finishes out January. And I was holding off. I have a project I want to do, a more recent project, not from 2010. My mom and I just got back from a trip to Portugal, and I found this sitting on my desk, which is a old Creative Memories 7x7. It's called a paper scrapbook. So it's just got white papers in it, and then the kit comes with, hang on a second, the kit comes with all of these papers that you can just glue on and fill out the book as you wish. So what I did was I went through and I picked papers for each page, and then I sort of numbered on each how many photos would it make sense to put on each page, because these are only 7x7. So you're really limited if you use 4x6 photos, but I decided I would do 3x4 photos. Let me double check that size. 3.5 by 4 inch photos. So I just went through and tried to pretty much alternate 1 photo, 2 photos, 1 photo, 2 photos, so that I would have room for a title and embellishment and other things. I did have 2 extra pieces of this designer paper. It's not super thick, but it's okay. And so what I did for those is I glued it onto the back. I've reinforced them because it is pretty thin to make a couple of little flaps for extra photo spots. So I did one there, and then I did one here. I haven't reinforced this one yet with another piece of paper, but I will. And I may add a few more similar to that in here. I am going to ink the edges of this book also. I'll do that off camera. And so what I want to do now is, to figure out my photo placement, I made just paper of the 3.5 by 4. I take it back, 3x4. 3x4 papers, and then I'd lay them out and say, okay, that'll work, this'll work. So I use that just to help figure out placement a little bit. And then it comes with this fun frame, which is intended for the front. So that should be a 2x3 photo. So I need to pick one of probably my mom and I together and try and get that onto the front. And then I'm going to do this as a little Mother's Day gift for her. So the kit came with some clear stickers, Creative Memories clear stickers, these stickers, and some matte papers, which will work when cut in half for matting. So there's lots and lots of those. And I may use those for some additional flaps, like part-size flaps and things like that. I don't know. So I have that to work with. There's the envelope. And I went through and I counted, and I couldn't fit 26 photos in this little album. And so I've gone through, I went through on my iPhone, and I used my selfie printer to print out all the photos. So I need to get them in the right order and then place them in the book where I want them. That'll help me confirm orientation of everything. And then I'll start embellishing. So I just wanted to introduce what I'm doing. I'm not going to, for the placement of the photos and the ordering, I'm not going to videotape that. I'm going to get everything sort of rough placed into the book, and then I'll record decorating and embellishing the book. I did pull a few other things for future reference. This fun map paper, which will go on a page I can use as a bottom border or something like that. I've got this fun airplane paper, though I don't really have pictures of us on the airplane. I did have some pictures from the in the airport. I have a few little cards that I found. I found some wordy bits from Vicki Boutin. I have the Wanderlust, Creative Memories Wanderlust sticker book. Not all of these will work, but some will, like these passport stickers and the luggage stickers and a few things like that. So I'll be making use of those along with these enamel stickers. Here's some more cut aparts that I thought might go with the color way here. For some extra things, I have a whole bunch of Project Life travel things to include. And some of those, if I cut down some of these pictures, they might make mats for the pictures as well. And then I pulled this. I just realized I have 2 of these sticker books. That's a lot. They are useful. They're sort of everyday, here, there, and everywhere by Cartabella. And there's a few things in here that I can use, that I will put on there, that I will use where possible. There's a green butterfly, pink explorer. There's some stuff. So I'm going to try and make use of that as much as I can. Since I have 2, I need to use them. All right, so it's not a super bright day out, so I may need to turn on my light, but I'm going to start sorting these photos, trimming them up and getting them placed in the album, and I'll be back when that process is done and we'll start decorating. Okay, you guys, I am back. All right, so took me a little while. I even managed to print some additional photos. So what I've done is I've just very temporarily, oh, that one's not done down at all. I've just very temporarily put some removable adhesive for each photo. So I go through, it's mostly chronological, but you can see I have 1 or 2 pictures on each page, and I did manage to print 6 more pictures and fit them in here. I added this. It needs to be firmed up a little bit, you know, doubled up, made a little more firm, but I have all the different, we went so many different places within Lisbon. It was a very busy tour, but we had a lot of fun. So here's one of my flaps. I obviously need to fix the corners of this so that they don't roll up so much. So I'll use my corner chomper or my corner rounder on this. In fact, let me do that now. And that'll just help it sit a little flatter. So I've got some touches like that to do. Also want to ink the pages. I should probably do that before I adhere everything down. just because I don't love this white showing, because these papers were just a tiny bit smaller than the base white pages. So here's another flap. And I don't have as many pictures here on the end, but I'm going to do a bit more journaling, and here's a picture of our whole group. So in reality, I would have another picture, but I just don't have a lot from that last night that we got back. We did a lot during the day, and then we didn't do much that night. So I'll use that for some more journaling. So my next step is to mat the photos, figure out the layout on each page. You don't have a lot of choices with the size of these papers, but you know, am I going to overlap them? That kind of thing. So this part of the video I will just do at probably about 4 times speed, and we'll see where we get to. Hopefully I don't have to do this in 2 parts. So I do actually manage to fit all of this on one video. In this part, I'm just going to do a voiceover, and I don't take you through the entire process of matting and affixing all of the photos, but just a few of the pages while I figure out, you know, sort of get the lay of the project, if you will. So I do, I think I go back and ink here shortly. So all of this, every piece of paper and every piece of ephemera basically will get inked in this project. I also don't make you watch that. So here I'm just looking for mats that will fit. Sometimes I can get, if I trim the photos, I can get 2 mats on one of those, 2 photos on one of those mats. But sometimes I try to do something else just to keep it interesting. As I said, you don't get a ton of variation on a page so small with pretty good sized pictures, but I'm trying to, you know, vary things a little bit. So we're about to go back to real time after I've placed all the photos and inked everything. Okay, you guys, I've made a ton of progress and I'm ready to embellish. So let me talk about what I have done. I've gone over the sticker sheets and pulled a number of things off. There still may be a few things that I want to use. I've put them on a piece of wax paper. I have taken some other stickers, this Stickabilities from the Paper Studio, and I've cut a number of those. I just cut them out of it. I think I'm going to use these stickers also. And then I took the stickers that came with this little paper kit and I cut them up. These are clear stickers, so I just cut them up so that I can audition them in different places before I commit. Because sometimes once these clear stickers are down, they're down for good. And then some of the other stickers that I had. And then there's a few, I thought this was fun. It's the branding strip off piece of paper that I found in my scraps. So maybe that will work somewhere. I don't know yet. So all the bits are in here. I did manage to use some of these Project Life cards. Maybe we'll add some more for journaling spots and things like that, because I haven't really established all the journaling spots yet. I'm probably going to let my mom do some of the journaling so that she can tell the stories she wants to tell. These are my scraps of paper that I still have left. Maybe I can make tags out of some of them and things like that as we go through and figure out. Oh, and that is not nice. What I'm thinking about doing is using this as the title. Let's go explore, and then writing Portugal down here. I have to figure out the date because I haven't done that yet. I might have to go on a different page because it would be a different font. And I would do Portugal out of this. I have 2 sets, so I do definitely have enough letters. So that's my idea there. And then let's go explore Portugal down here. And then I do have this, though there's no other dark blue on there, so that may end up not being my preference. I did cut this airplane out, but it doesn't really stand out very much. There is a darker one on here that I may use instead. So let me just cut that out. So that might be cuter. And then I have these little there, that's a little better. Okay, let's go explore and then Portugal. So I'm loving that, but I think that I'm going to come back and do this at the end because it will just at least I want to do this page first, I think. So that's the idea for that. I will come back. And the reason I want to commit to those for the front pages, I don't want to use something else when I intended to. I will keep this relatively simple though. All right, I found this. So now you'll get to see some of the different pieces of ephemera I found. I'm just laying all the stickers out so I can see them and look for the right piece to go in the right place. This took a little while. I think I spent a total maybe of about 5 hours on this whole project, which seems like a lot, but to get an entire little mini album done like that with embellishment and journaling, and I think I ended up with something like 32 photos. That's pretty good. So, and I'm pretty happy with it. You know, the greens and browns are not my favorite colors, but my mom's gonna love it. So that's the most important thing. And I got it finished and documented, and it's not going to be done in 10 years like my 2010 year that's taken me 14 years to get to. Okay, sorry, I just had to stop my recording to answer a quick phone call. So here I'm just going through and finding stickers and just trying to make sure each page has a couple of items on it. I'm not really doing, you know, real clusters and stuff like that. I don't really have enough stuff for that, and I just don't have the space for it because I know I still need to go through and add titles with some little mini. I have some creative memories, small alphas. And so I need to get, locations put on there and some things like that. So, and leave space for journaling. So I just don't have a ton of room for stuff. But I do make progress. So I don't know if you get to see all of it. Pretty close. I don't show you all the lettering and stuff. I think I show you most of the decorating. So that little sticker says scenic view because it was a very scenic view. And a couple of these I don't really fix up until close to the very end. Okay, I'm showing you that cork card. It was from the Project Life. And I think I add that in two places because Portugal is the #1 importer in the world of cork. And so you can buy lots of souvenirs and stuff made from cork. And so I thought, oh, well, that's just perfect. And that bottom picture is in a wine cellar where we were doing a wine tasting of none other than port wine in Porto. So I thought that the cork card was perfect for that. So here I'm telling you all sorts of things, but I don't know what. So I did have a couple of butterflies that matched from a sticker book. And I think it's a Cartabella sticker book. And I have 2 of these sticker books. I think I got one I either accidentally ordered 2 or I got one in a mystery box. So I have a lot of those stickers to use up. So this page has a couple of butterflies on it, which is nice. We had great weather, even though it was February. We had some beautiful weather in Portugal. It can get cold there in the winter, but it was chill. A few days, we wore jackets some days and stuff like that, but we really didn't have rain. We didn't have, we weren't freezing cold. So it was pretty fantastic. So I'm just temporarily putting that little word explore there. These are some bright pictures, and I really wanted more color on this page. And it takes me until the very end to figure out how to get the color that I wanted on that page. So here I'm just finishing up the stickers. I think this goes on for a couple more minutes. And as I said, this is 4 times speed. So here I'm just making adjustments so that I have room for that word there just by the side. So as I go through, I'm looking at it and adding things here and there. Adding just a little wordy bit onto that other sticker. So my goal was to use all the things that I had pulled, and I think I came really close to that, and to make sure there was some sort of embellishment on each page. And I also managed to use up quite a few scraps. So this is going to end, that banner is going to end up changing. You'll see in the final product, I added a little journal box onto it. And that sticker says travel buddies. And so I changed that from my mom. I mean, she is my travel buddy, especially since I retired. But that was a picture of our whole group. And so I thought that travel buddies was a fitting little label for that photo. So now I'm just looking for spots to put some more labels. This one says explore. And we're about to do the final review with all of the titles and journaling and everything, and that will be in real time. Please like and subscribe, you guys. Hi, you guys. This is Allison, hanging out in my space to craft, and I have finished my mini album project for my mom from our recent trip to Portugal. So this may be part 2 of the video. I'm not sure if, how long it's going to end up being, but I wanted to do a walkthrough of the finished project. So I've just tied it together with a ribbon just to make it look a little more gifty. That is adhered only to the back with some red line tape. So let's go explore Portugal. So I did use some Project Life cards, sometimes as borders for photos and different things. I have just, in most cases, just journaled straight onto the paper. Just did very simple embellishments. I used Creative Memories mini letters from many years ago that I have in my stash. So it's not over embellished. You don't have a ton of room on here. I wanted to try and get as many photos as possible and just a few memories from our trip. And then a lot of them are just labeling of the location. Here's a flip, and I added a little tab on there to help flip that. Here I did the journaling sideways so that it would completely be hidden. Here's in Sintra. So this was just a scrap that I found that I used to decorate on this page, and a few others. I made use of a branding strip here. These letters were not quite dark enough, so I just colored them a little bit darker with my marker so that it would closer match this sticker. Here's another flip. So it's a little I didn't write on here just because it was hard to read it, the dark brown. And here's the Douro River, another flap, and I put an arrow on here. I used some ribbon on a tag for the journaling there. This is from a branding strip. This was hard to write on just because it was so dark, so I found another sticker to put on it to make it a little easier. And this is winding down our trip, and this is all of our travel buddies in our group, and then I ended it with where to next. So that is the project, and now I have to wait until Mother's Day to give it to my mom. She's going to be super surprised. So if you like this video and this project, please give it a thumbs up. It is something that you can do even if you don't have these pre-made albums, because it's just pretty plain paper, or you could make it with cardstock. It was about 15 pages. This one is 6.5 by 6.5. You could do it 6 by 6 so that you could just use 12 by 12 paper to create something simple. And then I just added the extra flaps. So it's not super complicated. It's not one with a million, waterfalls and doors and things like that, but it's going to have high impact when I give it to my mom. Thanks for watching, you guys. Come back again.